All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone. This is a new time, isn't it? Yay! This is a great way to start my morning, I think. I know that it is 11:30, and that's not exactly start of the morning time for most of us, but this is kind of the first thing I'm doing today. So I'm going to call that the start of my morning. How about that? Yeah, I'm going with that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So, good morning. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Oh, this is great. So, if you're here, wave, comment, give me a heart. Let me know that you're here because I can't see that unless you say something. So, something. Oh, and if you're watching the replay, let me know. Type replay. Hi, Lee. Good to see you this morning. Yeah, let me know that you're watching the replay too. That's exciting as well. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Crystal Webster. I am founder of and Chief Solace Officer of Sharing Solace. I'm also the author of the book that we are about to read a story from. But more importantly than that, I am Madeline's mother, and that is my top priority. So I just kind of want to dive right into the story today because I've read it a few times this morning just to kind of, get my bearings, and it's a good one. It's a really good one, especially today, especially given this nature of the world and where we all are, which unfortunately this is really fitting. So yeah, let's get started. I got my cheat sheet right here. So the story we are reading today is My Grief Can Beat Up Your Grief. Sometimes I really detest how my mind works, and I'll bet you a penny your mind works about the same way. My mind is constantly in competition with my opponents, real and imaginary. My mind wants to binary code everything into a strict scoring metric, so then the world can know who wins at grief and at life. I hear other stories, and I impulsively and unconsciously start grading and comparing my story against theirs, creating a pluses and deltas list, a kind of masochistic T-chart. Remember, I am a trained accountant. I really think that this is just human nature. Well, at least I didn't have to. Again, there's that effing at least phrase. I did have to. My story is different because they only had to. Well, they got to. We try to make our grief unique, one of a kind, better than everyone else's for the sake of being qualified to feel the way we do. I'm a member of the Zennial generation where we are all special little snowflakes, so everything has to be best and one of a kind, even our sorrow. Newsflash. Grief is relative to your circumstances and cannot be compared. Remember that story I told you about the 2 blue Toyotas? Knock it off. Quit trying to. You're getting a divorce, and your friend's mother just died from cancer. Which is worse? Who wins? You've both lost relationships that you will never get back. If your beloved cat Fluffy dies, and that's the worst grief you know, it's not fair for me to say that your pain isn't valid because it's not the same as my house burning to the ground. There's just no race to win. No one gets a first place trophy. We all just get crappy participation ribbons. Allow your grief to be uniquely yours and do not overlook the similarities. Similarities are those nuggets that help you find your tribe. Those similarities allow you to start to heal your soul. It's those differences, applied and otherwise, that rip us apart and keep us from finding our new happy. This also applies to politics, religion, favorite movies, and the best kind of barbecue, although we all know the best barbecue comes from Kansas City. When I was in the depths of my grief, I found I would put myself into a terrible emotional situations, and I was already in a really bad place. I would find other mamas who lost babies and criticize their stories to negate their pain, because for some reason, by negating their pain, it would condone my own. Well, they only had a miscarriage. At least, there's that at least again. At least they had their baby for 5 years. They knew from the beginning this wasn't a viable pregnancy. Well, if they had just been better parents. Oh my God, looking back, I'm so bad at myself for having those thoughts. Every one of those statements is absolute shit. If I would have said those out loud to those other mamas, I would have expected for her to burn me at the stake. Also, in that specific moment, at that exact time, I had to have those thoughts. It was my version of coping. It is reasonable to think those thoughts and try to make those comparisons initially. I think we all do it in the heat of the moment. Most of the time, it's unconscious. That does not make it healthy, and that does not make it right. The sooner you can recognize that you're suffering from comparatinitis, that's the disease of comparing, and knock that shit off, the sooner your new happy will become a reality. Excuse me. I'd like to pose a question. Can we just realize we're all suffering from our unique prisons and support each other? Let's quit comparing and start connecting. Let's talk about all the similarities of our own personal hells. I promise you there are some. Finding those similarities and latching onto them like the floating door in Titanic, that just might save our lives. All right. So that is today's story, itchy nose included. My grief can beat up your grief. Hi, Sarah. I would love to know what you think. I'd love your thoughts on this. I know that it's kind of maybe a different take on it, but yeah. So my grief can beat up your grief. What do you think of that? And we have 3 story options for tomorrow too. Well, not tomorrow, sorry. Sundays, I take Sundays off because I need a little bit of downtime too. And this takes a little bit more time than I'd like to admit that it takes to do. But yeah, so we have 3 story options for tomorrow. So option A, shall we play a game? Say that war game style. How about global thermonuclear war? Okay. Let's just play 2 truths and a lie. Or maybe you'd like a good game of chess. B, comparatinitis, suffer shopping, and grief ghettos. Oh my. We might as well finish out that trifecta. Read Grief Ghetto to see if that's where you're living. Or let's look for a positive spin on this beast. You know we should do that from time to time. Read Do More Good Shit. So we got 3 options for tomorrow. A is 2 truths and a lie. B is Grief Ghetto. And C is Do More Good Shit. So vote just by leaving a comment in the comment box down below. You know, do you want to listen? Do you want to hear A, B, or C tomorrow? We got a B. All right. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. That one does have some research to it, but it's super good. Completely counterintuitive to what you think should be. So yeah, very excited. So those are our options for tomorrow, A, B, and C. We got 2 truths and a lie, Grief Ghetto, and Do More Good Shit. Just comment on what you would like to hear tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean Monday. If you are not already, please head over to sharingsolace.com/book. Oh, we got a C too. Do More Good Shit. Oh, those are both good. All right. So we're in the running. Okay. Anyway, back on track. So if you have not already headed over to sharingsolace.com/book, please do that. That will give you the opportunity, 1, to see all about the book, but more importantly, if you click on the big purple here, that will take you to where you can get the first 2 chapters of the book in writing, so you can read them whenever you want. And also it will allow you to get the updates about the book and about when we go live every day. So we go live every day, Monday through Saturday, And I send out a little quick email reminder saying, hey, don't forget we're going live. As a reminder. Of course, you can always watch the replays of these in the video vaults if you prefer. I make sure that they're still available. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got for today, unless you guys have something else different that you want to talk about. We're good. That's what I got. So join me Monday for the next installment, the next interpretive reading of, I don't know what story it is yet. We will actually pick probably tomorrow evening before I go to bed, and get that all ready to go for Monday. So you got some extra time to watch this video, watch the video, see if this resonates with you, see if one of the story options also resonates with you, vote for it, and we will pick on Sunday for our reading on Monday. And make sure to get those emails so that I'm kind of trying to switch things up and see what works best for everyone as far as timing and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're on the email list, sharingsolace.com/book, and then click on the big purple here. And that will give you the opportunity to get the emails so that you can help me to help you follow along. So have a wonderful day. Get grateful. And until I see you again, feel free to watch this replay. Let me know you're watching the replay. And I will see you real soon on Monday. Mwah!